Have you studied and had difficulty reaching fluency in English? Do you feel that something is holding you back and you're not sure what it is? If so, this video is right for you. Today we're going to find out the most common excuses and attitudes that can prevent you from learning English. If you're interested, please continue watching this video.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Open School Center from Camille Hill in beautiful Istanbul. Today we're going to be talking about some of the reasons why people give up learning English. This is the second video in a three-part series. This first one was about the top reasons why people should learn English, and you can find the link in the description box below. And the next video will be about tips and tricks for improving your English, so you can look out for it next week. The purpose of this video is not just to show you why some people have difficulty learning English or reaching the level of fluency they aim for, but to hopefully make them aware of how to avoid them in the future. So the first reason I often hear from my students is I'm not good at languages. In fact, this is a lame excuse because the majority of students who have learned English as a second language don't have the gift to do it. They have learned it through persistent hard work, through avoiding excuses, and through overcoming the obstacles that everybody can face. So if you really want to be good at English or anything in life, you need to be patient, dedicated, and you need to change your study habits. You need to follow better strategies, and you need to be more aware of your learning style. This is the first reason. The second reason I often hear is that I feel embarrassed and too shy to speak in front of others. Well, let me tell you something. All the embarrassment and shyness that may prevent you from speaking will result in forgetting everything you have already learned. This is the big problem of a lot of English schools because they don't create enough opportunities to make students speak in authentic situations or to help them overcome their shyness. So, what is the best advice? The best advice is to open your mouth. Whether you are in the classroom, alone in your room, with your friends who speak a little or a lot, with foreigners in real life or on Skype, just stop being embarrassed, give it a shot, open your mouth, and keep in mind that if you don't use it, you lose it. The third reason is I don't have time. Most of the students play the role of the victim, pretending that they are overloaded and they don't have time for learning English. This is also another lame excuse for not learning English that will serve them for a lifetime. We all have 24 hours in a day, and how we choose to spend them varies from one person to another. It's all about priorities. Actually, it's not about having the time or not, it's about setting learning English as a priority. And the concept of time is directly proportional to a priority. If something is priority, you will find time. So this leads me to my next point, which is the lack of purpose. A lot of people don't have a strong why to learn the language, and people who think that learning English doesn't serve any purpose in life don't have an incentive to enjoy learning English. They get bored easily, they get tired easily, and they are often not very dedicated to learning English. So if you want to improve your English, just set a clear goal and make learning English your purpose and work hard on improving it on a daily basis, and keep in mind that you have to enjoy the process. So the lack of purpose holds the students back from learning English and makes them become irresponsible. A lot of students want to pay the teacher to teach them English or to acquire the language, as if it were a chip in the brain. These students don't realize that to learn a language, you need to be responsible for their learning process and stop placing it upon the shoulders of the teacher or the school. They can't figure out that the teacher is just a facilitator and is only the one who shows them the way. The students, so, must be the one to know which way to take to reach the best results for their own willpower. So if you are responsible, you will find a way. If not, you will make excuses. So keep in mind, the responsibility is the key to improving your English. Another reason is that some students consider learning English as a mere subject and not as a passion. And this is the worst way to learn a language. They do not enjoy the process. They are not excited to learn it. They make excuses. They don't use their natural abilities. English fluency is not to be attained through memorization, grammar, or book exercises. Of course, not to say that these strategies can't help, but as I said earlier, learning English is not a ship in the brain, but rather an ultimate process that you must take part in every day. And I mean here, every day. The educational system in Tunisia, of course, is also another reason that holds students back from learning English. It doesn't seem to encourage them to be passionate about it. So here I'm going to state three main reasons. First, English is not rated as an important subject and takes a seat back to more scientific subjects. This is shown by the fact that the multiplying factor for English, or what we call in French coefficient, is lower than that of the other noble subjects. Another problem with our education system is that English is acquired as a third language after French. And finally, English does not have the importance it deserves as all the other subjects.
That's all, folks.
That's all from me, guys. For today's video, let me recap the main reasons why people give up on learning English. So first, they say they are not good at languages. Second, they say they feel embarrassed and too shy to speak in front of others. They're not having the time for it. Fourth, they don't have a purpose behind it. Fifth, students approach learning the language in an irresponsible way. Sixth, they consider English as a mere subject and not as a passion. And finally, the education system does not help. Well, now we know why some people give up learning English. How do you stay on course and overcome those challenges we discussed? Next week, we will be talking about some tips and tricks and make it easier for you to learn English. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe to our channel. Today's question: what is your biggest struggle with learning English? Write your answers in the comment section below. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.
Every single day